Welcome to the Tony Gaskin Show, best-selling author, celebrity life coach, and international speaker. The purpose of this show is to bring you motivation, inspiration, and education in the areas of life, love, and business. Thank you for joining me. Now let's get started.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. You know, I went to see Black Panther, and it was so amazing to me. Now, I'm not a Marvel fan. I did not grow up reading comic books. I never read comic books. Still to this day, I don't even know if I've ever held a comic book. So I really was not into that type of thing, but having children, you know, my son got into it. He goes to a private school, which I didn't go to private school, you know, until the 10th grade. So, you know, different kids, different cultures, different hobbies. So they got into all kind of stuff, and I kind of started to learn about comic books, and come to find out, my wife was into that stuff, the Marvel stuff growing up. So she's seen every Marvel thing and read the comic books. So it was new for me. I went. I know nothing about the background, the history. I'm just watching the movie to see if it entertains me. And it was so entertaining. I mean, it represented so much. And it'll speak to you where you are. You know, if you are, I don't think it matters about your race. You know, it was mostly all black people in there, a couple of, you know, white men. The one white guy, you know, he was a hero in there in one scene. So that was good, just kind of showing that we can come together, we can work together, not be against one another. And then you saw the black excellence. I mean, you just saw the black excellence, the smarts, the ingenuity, all the technology, the power, the humility, the strength, the courage, the bravery, all of these things. So you see all of these people coming together and supporting this movie, Black Panther. Now, at first, I was kind of like, man, all of us are going to the movie, all the black people going to the movies in record numbers. And there was like the memes online saying, you know, Black Panther ticket sales gross, you know, 100 million, concession stands gross $4, and just making fun of how everybody was going to the movie, but everybody would be sneaking their own snacks and drinks in. I went to the movie, the kind where you have dinner and you watch it. It was pretty amazing experience watching it like that. And I have to say, I mean, a lot of people came out. I've never seen that many people of color at this particular theater, but they packed in there and it was great. No screaming and yelling. And, you know, I used to go to, you know, you try to go to the movie theaters and support these movies. You got people acting crazy in there, but this one was, everybody was good. And it was people of all races, all ages. And it just was amazing. And at first I was like, man, all of us, the black people are all going out to see this movie. Who's really benefiting from it? And then I realized that Ryan Coogler, I believe his name is the director. And I was like, man, that's amazing. You know, a young brother, that's inspiring to so many young black people to show that you don't just have to play a sport or do music. And then my wife was telling me about, I think, Lupita and Angela Bassett and another one of the actors in the movie were all from Yale Drama. I believe it was the Gorilla Man, or, you know, the other tribe, the king of that other tribe, all from Yale Drama. And I was like, wow. And I was like, that's amazing. They are getting what they deserve. They are getting what they've worked so hard for. And I really want you to think about this, especially black people in particular. Think about the impact that we have when we come together for something positive. I believe I just read worldwide the movie grossed $386 million on the opening weekend. I believe I read it was 132 or 133 million in the U.S. And it's just amazing. And when you think about how many people got up and got excited and came together for this movie, And I want to encourage you to think about, what are you doing on a local level? There's a grocery store that's Black owned near you. There's restaurants Black owned near you. There's car service places, auto mechanics, barbers. Who are you supporting? And when you look at it, like as I'm going around, I see, Chinatown, I see the Hispanic town, but I don't see any Africa towns. When I'm in, New York and LA, I've never seen an Africa town. It may be an area where a lot of people who come from Africa live, but you don't see that. And you see the dollars being circulated. And it's not about, being separate or anything like that, because you can spend your money where you want to, regardless of race or ethnicity. But don't just wait until Black people are stamped by white America to support them. So really think about, am I still judging myself based on the acceptance of other races? And that's something that's very, very key, because you can say that, okay, we are being liberated, we are being freed, we are coming up in America where we were once slaves. But a lot of times, most Black people don't get the full support of everybody, of all other Blacks, until they receive a stamp from the white media or white Hollywood or white America. And then at that point, now you are, quote unquote, a bona fide celebrity. And now we will rally behind you and we will support you. But what about the independent rapper, the independent singer? What about the actors and actresses who are in the movies where the budget is $500,000, $250,000? Are you supporting them too? Because when you support that, now you create a groundswell and you help more people become somebody. So the thing about it is most people of color don't make it until they are stamped by someone of another race. It could be a Hispanic person, a white person, it could be whoever it may be. But when they are stamped by someone else, now we see them as a celebrity. And now we say, okay, I can support you now. So now, the networks have put you on one of their shows. Oh, I can support you. I saw you busting your butt and giving all this content online, but you weren't worth my support. But as soon as white America or as soon as Hollywood puts you in their movie, oh, okay, I'll come support you now. Hey, I got something special for you. Audible.com is offering my listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audible.com/Tony and browse the unmatched selection of Audible programs. Download a free title and start listening. It's just that easy. So again, go to audible.com/Tony, or you can text audible.com/Tony to 500-500 to get started today. Hey, make sure you do this. And for your free book, make sure you get my book, The Dream Chaser. The Dream Chaser, it is on Audible. Make sure you get it, listen to it, going to work, coming home. I absolutely love Audible. It's like a university in your car or train or bus, however you travel. It will change your life. Every new idea you get while listening to a book on audible.com could turn into $1,000, $100,000, $1 million. Get that knowledge in you. It's easy. Audible.com/Tony, or text audible.com/Tony to 500-500. And so I want you to think about that and think about the power. And think about your dollar. How powerful is your dollar? It's very, very powerful. It has a whole lot of power when you come together. And people are going to realize this. And make sure that people of color are in a position to benefit from what you're supporting. So if you are supporting something that seems to be a black cast, and you say, I'm going to support it because this is a black cast, well, make sure that you see people in positions of producer, director, executive producer that are also benefiting from it. Don't allow your race, and it's going to happen with all races. It's going to happen with the Hispanics. It's going to happen with the Asians, to where the powers that be will give you something to be happy about. And they will give you something to come out and support and say, hey, here's for your people. But then the same people in power, that group that really benefits from it, they look the same and they're behind every project. And they are really reaping the benefits by pandering to the people that have felt oppressed. So really be strategic with your dollar and really think about where you place your dollars and make sure that there is some type of value that will be given back, to you and people who look like you, and that you are not being played or monopolized or used. And that is the key when you are in industries and dealing, in a country like ours that is just kind of reeling and we're going through so much. Understanding your power, understanding who you are, understanding what you bring to the table, and understanding the levels of support. And one thing I want you to realize and think about is that as you are supporting, you have to understand you have the people who are at the very, very bottom, the very bottom. And it's like, okay, you're an absolute nobody in the eyes of other people. God always sees you as somebody, but other people may say, okay, absolutely not. You got 10 followers on Twitter, absolutely not listening to anything you have to say. You get to 100, you're still there. Now you get to 1,000 followers online. All right, you're kind of becoming somebody. Now you start to really build. It starts to ramp up fast. 1,000 becomes 5,000, 5,000 becomes 10,000, 10,000 becomes 20,000, 20,000 becomes 50,000, and now it's growing so fast. So now the people say, okay, here's a hopeful that has been consistent, that has been persistent, that has not given up. And this hopeful, okay, now I will support this hopeful a little bit. I will support them free with my follow. Give them my follow. It doesn't cost me anything, but that's my support. Oh, the T-shirts they're selling? Nah, not ready to buy those yet. Maybe at 150,000, I might buy a T-shirt. Oh, the book is something? Nah, I saw it on Amazon, read the reviews. Thanks, but no thanks. Nah, I'm going to keep it free. I'm just following you. And then you have, okay, now you are a nobody somebody, to where the major celebrities, they don't respect you. They don't recognize you, but you're at like that, 150,000, 200,000 mark. And so now you're becoming somebody to some people. So now people start to really support you. Now, when you get around 200,000, 150,000, 200,000 followers on any network, what you're doing can almost become a job. It can become like a living. And then you cross over into 400, 500,000. Now it's like, okay, you've been around a little bit enough. Now we've seen your lifestyle change. We've seen the cars you drive change, the house you live in change, the way you dress change, your hairstyle looks better, your skin is looking better. Okay, you're getting too much money. And I'm still in the same place, and I've been supporting you, and now you shining and you're looking like money, and I'm still broke, busted, and disgusted. Hold on. Let me pull back some of this support. And so now that's where you are, 500,000 to 1 million. And then boom, when you hit 1 million, it's like, okay, now you are a celebrity. You might not be in Hollywood. You might not be recognized by the major networks, but now you are a celebrity. Okay, I guess we can support you here and there. Every now and then, you're still going to feel your struggles. And then when it really blows up, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, okay, now you're eating full time. But even if you got all those million and you don't have the stamp of the right networks, the right media outlets, the right television shows, the right movies, the right person, the right celebrity, you're still a somebody nobody in the eyes of the people. And see, these are the levels of support. And then now when you become a bona fide celebrity, you get on television, you get in a movie, you get a major A-list celebrity stamp, you become a real celebrity. Now, this is when you really eat. You really eat, and as long as you can be innovative and be creative, you can eat and just keep eating. And now you go into this level of the Jay-Z's and the Beyoncé's. You've been persistent. You've been consistent. You have continued to push the bar, push the limits, and now you're there. Boom. And then even there, people can get you to the top, feel like you don't deserve what they have given you, and then they'll push you off, watch you fall to the bottom, crash and burn. So see, these are the levels of support. And I watch it and I pay attention to it and I study it. And I want you to think about how you play into this cycle. Who are you supporting? How are you supporting them? Because it's not about them, it's about you. Because when you support someone else, eventually it's going to come back to you. You're sowing a seed, and that seed will be watered. It will reap a harvest. And because you activated the law of abundance in your life by supporting others on the climb, eventually that same support will come back to you. And if you do it the right way from the right place, then you will reap the benefits of it. But if you have a scarcity mindset and you say, okay, I'll watch you online, but I'm not going to buy your book. I'm not going to come to your seminar. I'm not going to go to your movie. I'm not going to buy your album. I'm not going to buy that t-shirt line. Now you're operating from a place of scarcity, and you will stay there. You will remain broke, busted, and disgusted. You will remain barely getting by. You will continue to spin your tires. You will put out stuff and you will try to create stuff and not receive any support. And it's because you have not activated the law of abundance. You have not sowed good seed on good ground. So think about this as you're going about your way, as you're building, as you're supporting. One thing you can do right now for us is get out and go see Black Panther. Whether you're black, white, green, even if you're of another race, what you are saying with your support is we need more stories of diversity. We need more inclusion. We need to come together as people. So if you say, oh, I'm tired of these blacks talking about all the oppression, that was so long ago. Tired of y'all complaining and pulling the race card all the time. Well, what you can do about it is go support things like Black Panther, different, sign the petition when people are screaming out against H&M with the coolest monkey in the jungle, and show that support and know that one day, and even not one day, but right now, we need each other. We need to come together. And we need to all, regardless of race, religion, color, creed, come together and support one another. Support positive images. Support positive movements, regardless of who's behind it. If it's positive, if it's going to help our country, if it's going to make us a little bit happier, bring a little bit more unity, get behind it and support it. And I know this Black Panther talk took me all the way over here. But for me, I just saw the bigger picture of how do we support? Who are we supporting? Why are we supporting? Who's benefiting from this support? And on how many sides are we benefiting from this? And what does it mean about us as a nation, us as a world, us as a human race in the way we support and the way we choose who we will support? So think about this for yourself. Think about this even in your own business, even in what you're doing. And thank you so much. And remember, make sure you go to audible.com/Tony and grab your free 30 days and your free book. If you haven't listened to The Dream Chaser, on audio. Grab that. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.